All right. I'm just going to go ahead and throw down a quick update on this rifle. This is my Savage Model 12. I can't remember the model number, but I think it's an FCP. It's the Target model, so it's got the Target Aki trigger. It's got the fully enclosed receiver. I don't know if you can see that or not. Pretty nice shooting little gun. It's a not a large it's a regular shank, not a large shank receiver. It's kind of a cool gun. But I tell you what, this has at some level been, I love this gun and I like shooting this gun, and it's as accurate as any other, factory Savage rifle that I've owned. It's been pretty easy to work up a load for. It's chambered in 6.5 Creedmoor. Yeah, I mean, I get it. Everybody either loves or hates the 6.5 Creedmoor. And, probably not my favorite all around, do it all around, but it's it works well for shooting targets and maybe, killing deer, all those kinds of things. I'm not going to get off into a big 6.5 Creedmoor tangent, but I just want to give you a quick update on the rifle. It's got an inexpensive Cabela's Covenant 5 scope on there. It is a first focal plane 5 to 25, I believe, with a minute of angle turret inside of it. I had another one of these scopes there, and granted, they're more budget friendly scopes. They're not super expensive scopes. I think I paid like $250 or $300 for this scope. It's not a high end piece of glass, so I don't have crazy high expectations for it. But the first one that I had was a mil scope, mil radian turrets, mil radian reticle inside of it, and it actually broke. It quit tracking right and quit holding zero. So, but I took it back to Cabela's one day when I was over in Kansas City, and had made the trip over there to visit some family. I just took it with me, threw it in the vehicle, and they swapped it out, no questions asked, gave me a brand new scope. The only difference is this one is a minute of angle scope instead of a mil scope, but I don't really care. I use both interchangeably, have for years, and it works pretty well. It works well for what I do. This gun also has a 26-inch bull contoured barrel. It's fluted. It is not threaded for a break. HS Precision stock. So it's a pretty nice rifle. The only thing that I'll say about this is somebody, I don't know if they're ready to get out of work on a Friday or what, but I have this little rifle, is about a $1,300 rifle at the street price. And I didn't pay that for it. I was blessed and highly favored from a friend of mine who is not into shooting rifles much. He is a waterfowl hunter, and he had it sitting in his safe and was not going to use it, and he knew that I would probably try to burn the barrel out on it, and so he said, here, take this thing and use it, and for that I'm eternally grateful for. But anyway, I just wanted to throw up a little bit of an update. It's a cool gun. I have had several issues trying to get this thing to run right. It's got typical Savage mag problems. It doesn't want to feed very well. It skips that second round. It wants to skip over it, and I've messed with that magazine 9 different ways, the spring and everything else, and I still can't get it to feed reliably. So there's that. I ended up having to take the gun completely apart because there was a burr on the chamfer on the chamber end of the barrel where it should be chamfered. It wasn't chamfered very good, and there was 2 burrs raking the brass. Like you couldn't hardly you could get around to go in it and chamber, but it'd leave a big old scratch mark all the way down the brass, and it was causing extraction problems. So there's that. Also, the feed ramp on this receiver, it was not cut very well, which is also causing feeding issues as well. The trigger, the trigger is the one thing on the gun that I have not had to monkey with. The trigger's been pretty good. There was something else I can't remember. There was something else I had to actually go in with and modify to make this thing run. So at this point, I've got it up and running. It shoots well. It just still has feeding problems with the magazine. It also has an issue where the brass, if the brass gets a little bit of soot on the neck, it does not want to extract very well. And so I know these 6.5 Creedmoors have pretty tight neck tolerance. I'm a fairly voluminous shooter. And so I don't know. You guys tell me. I've had a couple 6.5 Creedmoors. I've not had super stellar results in some ways because of these types of issues compared to like a 308. It seems like there's some, when you really start running a factory rifle hard, I have run into several issues like this, feed function type issues. They're accurate. But in my experience, this is the fourth one of them that I've owned. And, I don't know. They've all been savages, so maybe there's something to that. But I don't know. You guys tell me. But when after I get about 15 rounds or so on this gun, if it gets a little bit of soot built up on the neck, it does not want to extract cases very well. Sticky bolt lift, and it doesn't want to extract cases very well. So I'm still working on it. It's project gun. It's fun to shoot, and it doesn't burn a lot of powder, and it slings a pretty efficient bullet down range, and I'm assuming that it's going to be pretty accurate at distance. I have not had one of these function well enough to really get super comfortable with the 6.5 Creedmoor yet. I've shot thousands upon thousands upon thousands of rounds of 308, mostly 30-06, 7mm Magnum, and several other cartridges, and never really ran into an issue like this. Continued issue with multiple rifles. So I don't know. I mean, you guys tell me. What do you think? But anyway, so we're still working on this little gun a little bit. I'm probably leaning towards switching this thing, just getting away from factory mags and moving towards an AI style mag setup on it. And after that, I'm hopeful that it'll run pretty good. I just got to figure out the sticky brass situation too. So anyway, that's the update on the rifle. Again, it shoots well. I don't have a lot of time today to go down the range and show you some shots or anything like that, really. I just been tinkering around with it this morning. This is the first time I've had it back together since I had to do all those modifications to try to resolve some of the issues and make it somewhat run right. So and I loaded up 40 rounds at a previous weight charge of powder that I had tested, that it shot pretty well with, and I just wanted to verify after I had the barrel off of it and reset headspace that nothing had changed. And so nothing has changed. It's still shooting pretty well, and as far as group size goes. So we're probably just going to stick with this load and go from there. I am shooting a 130 Sierra tipped Game Changer bullet. Seems to shoot pretty good out of this gun. I don't know that I'll ever even try to kill a deer with this gun. It's not. I mean, it weighs like 13.5 pounds or something. It's not really my go-to hunting gun. It's just for fun. It's just my target gun / paper punching, steel ringing critter, for stuff, 100 yards out to, our home range here goes to 600 yards, and I know it won't have a problem doing that. But so anyway, and that is over a pretty healthy dose of Stayball 6.5, Winchester Stayball 6.5 powder with CCI 200 primers, running just plain old Hornady brass. So it shoots pretty well. It's pretty accurate. There's no complaints in the accuracy department there. I am curious to get the chronograph out and see how as far as velocity goes. I've had a struggle getting real world decent velocity from 140 plus grain bullets out of these things, or what I would like to see anyway. Again, not anything against the Creedmoor. It does what it does, and seems like it's going to be pretty awesome within the parameters of what it was designed for, and it primarily is to shoot targets with, and I think it's going to excel at that. So anyway, I do love shooting the gun because it doesn't recoil hardly at all, and it is just a blast to shoot. I mean, it's just fun to shoot. So I'm hopeful to resolve this feed and function issue here, so that we can really put this thing through its paces and make it a gun that's really gonna run well. So anyway, that's an update on the rifle. This is the newest kind of project gun, and something I'm going to be spending some time with, probably make some videos. Since hunting season is over, we are back to hand loading and shooting. For the most part, we've got 2 weeks left in our bow season here in Illinois, and the plans are, we got some snow coming in this weekend. The plans are to take the recurve and try to go hit up some public ground with my buddy Randy, and probably take some videos of that, and hopefully we get something on the ground, be able to post it up and show it. So anyway, hope everybody has a wonderful day.